So Alhamdulillah, Allah's allowed me to go on many flights and to visit 28 countries. And what I'm going to do is basically share all the tips that I've learned throughout that so you can get the best flights when you come to Indonesia, inshallah. So use Skyscanner as the absolute main point. So why? The app basically compares every single airline and almost all the providers as well, which basically gets you the best price. It can instantly save hundreds of dollars and so much time compared to if you was thinking, if you only thought that you have to go through each airline's website and look on there. Not only are you only going to see their price rather than Skyscanner, which is going to compare loads of different providers, which often will get you it a lot cheaper than actually booking directly with the airline. But also, you don't have to go through all the websites. It literally just shows you and it gives you a link to go directly to it. It's so much faster and it's generally a lot cheaper as well for the same flights. So all you're going to do is put in your departure airport. So if you're flying from Canada, from the US, from the UK, whatever, you put in your departure airport and then where you want to go. So it's generally going to be Jakarta. If you're taking a long haul flight to here, it's generally going to be to Jakarta. And then it will just show you all the airlines and it will show you all the prices and so on and so forth. Now, if you are flexible on dates, like if you don't have to fly on a very specific date, you can go, there's a tab. So you've got the dates tab and then next to it's going to be flexible and then it'll show the months. It'll show you whatever's the cheapest month. You'll click on whatever month you're looking for, and then it will also show you the cheapest dates as well, which is very good. So generally, it is going to be the cheapest to fly on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. It's just a general rule. So if you're able to, you may as well fly on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. So next is going to be to fly with Etihad or with Saudia. So as a Muslim, Saudia is the absolute best airline, which does long haul flights it does long haul flights from so many countries and it will fly to Indonesia. So Etihad is also number 2. So Etihad, basically, if you request to pray, because you're going to be on a long haul flight, so you're going to be going through potentially multiple prayers, so you're going to have to pray on board. It's no excuse being on the plane. There's no excuse to just, for example, skip the prayers. Unfortunately, like some people do, they'll completely skip the prayers. But we should be praying the prayers. Of course, we can combine and shorten prayers, but for example, if Fajr prayer comes in whilst you're in the air, you can't just skip it. So it's very important to think about this in advance because you want to be praying properly. You want to be praying properly generally. Or you want to be praying properly, of course. So yeah, basically Etihad, what happens is basically you'll ask one of the staff, can I pray? Where can I pray? They'll basically show you to an area where it's going to generally be next to the exit door of the plane, generally towards the back. You'll go there and then they'll basically they'll give you the prayer mats to put on the floor, which is just about enough space. And then they'll put a curtain across as well. So then people can't see you and whatnot. Because generally, yeah, basically it'll be just you. You'll be in this little area, like you can just about pray. Alhamdulillah. It's just enough space for one person, so you'll pray there. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, what I've seen on Etihad planes where I go on it, nobody does this. Alhamdulillah, I was able to, but I didn't see anyone else do it. Now, Allahu Alam as to maybe they just don't know, maybe they're praying in the seat, Allahu Alam. But Alhamdulillah, you're able to pray on Etihad basically. So yeah, Saudia. So Saudia is much better. It already has a proper prayer room made. Like it's not with Etihad, it's just they put you in a space, an extra space. Whereby Saudia literally has it established on there and it's got enough room for like 10 people so you can actually pray in congregation on the plane, alhamdulillah. Yeah, Saudi is slightly better in the fact that they will put the dua on the speakers when you're taking off, the travel dua, which is obviously nice, showing that it's more of an Islamic plane. And both of them, they will show the live prayer times. So you'll have a screen in front of you on any of these long haul flights. It will show the prayer times, like the live prayer times based on your location. So you don't have to be figuring it out. Like if you're on another plane, like even Qatar, for example, you have to literally figure it out. Like sometimes they'll show it, but the one I went on, they didn't show the prayer times. So you literally, like, how are you meant to figure it out in the air when you've not got any signal and whatnot? Unless you do it, you plan it really specifically in advance. But it's very difficult. Basically, is very, unless like you're at the window and you know this, but if you don't know it, for example, and whatnot, it can be difficult to know the prayer times. So alhamdulillah, when you're with Etihad or with Saudia, they're always going to show the prayer times, the live prayer times for your location, and also the direction where you should be praying. So alhamdulillah, it's good. Otherwise, it's very, very difficult to figure this stuff out. So yeah, alhamdulillah, that makes it way easier. Saudi is very, very good because it doesn't have alcohol. Yeah, may Allah make it so none of the Muslim majority country airlines have alcohol on there. But yeah, alhamdulillah, Saudi, they don't come serving alcohol. Now, Etihad, on the contrary, airline of the UAE, of Abu Dhabi, but I mean, they come around and literally offer you alcohol. Like, you could be there in a thobe. Like, there was people in front of me, they were both from Saudi, um, called, like, visibly, clearly Muslim, and they come around offering them alcohol, and because it's a non-Muslim person working on there, they offered them alcohol, and was like, "Oh yeah, do you drink this?" Like, this is not befitting. And then also, like, you could be big beard, clearly Muslim, and they'll offer you alcohol on Etihad, because we assume the best that the staff just doesn't know whatever, but they should know. That's the point, that they should know. And if you're on Etihad, basically, you're going to be getting offered alcohol, and it doesn't feel Islamic at all. Is the honest reality? Like, it doesn't feel Islamic at all when you go in Etihad. Sure, you've got halal food, but other than that, and sure, they have a prayer space, but it doesn't feel Islamic at all. Not that Saudi is probably going to be perfect. I've actually never flown in Saudi, but this is just from researching about it. Inshallah, I will fly on it next time. But yeah, yeah. For example, like, that's the point. Most other airlines, they will have alcohol. Like, any of the airlines of Muslim majority countries, they will have alcohol on there, which is not a good thing. Obviously, you don't want to be around this. Yeah, they also enforce modesty as well. So Saudi do enforce modesty, whereby, like, women can't be in tights, revealing clothing, men can't be showing the thighs and whatnot. This is the rule. I don't know how strictly they actually enforce it, but that is their rule, which is at least better than no rule. And yeah, Etihad there's no enforcement of this, and nor is any of the others, like Emirates and stuff. The reason I'm not mentioning those now is because they're worse. But yeah, Etihad is, like I mentioned, the second best. Saudi is generally going to be cheaper as well, which is better. Saudi and Etihad are generally the cheapest ones as well, as being the best Islamically. And it's not like the quality is good as well, alhamdulillah. Yeah, other airlines, they just have no place to pray. Like, you could go on Qatar Airways, you could go on Turkish Airlines, you could go with Emirates, and there's just nowhere to pray. You have to pray in your seat. Like, you'll ask, "Can I pray?" And they'll be like, "Nah." Basically, you make wood in the toilet, and then you just got to pray sitting in the seat, which is just not the most ideal. And especially if you're around, because generally it feels at least like that sometimes, that you're around just non-Muslims and then you're praying in your seat. It can feel a bit weird and whatnot. You've got people coming, walking past, this. It's not the most ideal. And then what else? You can have a layover in Jeddah or in Abu Dhabi. So yeah, this is with any of the airlines. You're going to have a layover in their major cities. So you'll fly, for example, UK to Jeddah, or UK to Abu Dhabi, or Canada to Abu Dhabi, blah, blah, blah. You'll then have a layover there. You can generally see on Skyscanner, there'll be different lengths of the layover you can choose. Like, if you want a longer layover, you can do so. For example, for Saudi, they actually let you do very long layovers. Like, you can do like a 2-day layover or a 3-day layover, which you'll see on the flights, and you can get a long layover. Basically, Jeddah is very close to Mecca, whereby you can do Umrah, which is very, very good, alhamdulillah. So you can just choose a long layover. It's going to be the same price for your flights. You can do a layover. Even you could just literally sleep in the masjid, for example, whereby it's not even adding really anything to your costs, but you get to do Umrah, which is a fantastic thing. And then Abu Dhabi as well. So if you book with Etihad on the Etihad website, they do give you a free 2-night hotel. So you can choose 1 or 2 nights, whereby it'll extend your layover, gives you a 2 nights, and it's a good hotel as well. Like, they'll give you a free 2-night stay in the hotel. If you wanted to see Abu Dhabi, it can make sense. So you've got those options. So inshallah, this video has given you some good pointers for when you fly to Indonesia. The summary is basically to use Skyscanner to find your flights, to fly with Saudi, or if you must, fly with Etihad. And yeah, inshallah, that gives you a better flight. Yeah, assalamu alaikum.